Hello and welcome to In the Making, a series of conversations from North Bennett Street School where we connect with a range of new voices, fields, and perspectives. Before we get into our conversation, we want to thank the many supporters that make our programs possible, including the Massachusetts Cultural Council and our partners in craft. Thanks for joining us, everyone. My name is Kristen Odell. I'm an NBSS staff member and host of In the Making. Firebird Community Arts in Chicago is a community hub or center for mental health, wellness, and art making. Project FIRE, which is who we're speaking with today, was founded by an artist and a child trauma psychologist and exists under this overall umbrella, but with the specific focus of tying a thread between glassblowing and healing from gun violence. So we're here with that aforementioned co-founding artist, Pearl, and some of the glassblowing artists with Project FIRE from their studio space in Chicago. We have LA, we have Deaunte and Chiontea, and we're so happy to be speaking with you from Chicago to here in Boston. Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
So in your words, talk to us about Project FIRE.
Well, I guess maybe I'll start, and then we're all going to kind of just jump in as we have things to add. So I'm Pearl Dick. I'm the artistic director at Firebird Community Arts, and one of the co-founders, as you mentioned, of Project FIRE. FIRE stands for Fearless Initiative for Recovery and Empowerment, and this program came about. I had started working, I'm a glass artist. I've been a glass artist for 25 years, making sculptures and installations. But then I kind of accidentally ended up teaching a class on the west side of Chicago back in like 2003 or 4, somewhere a long time ago. And I got like bit by the bug of teaching, and in particular working with young people on Chicago's west side. And I started to see just how impactful working with glass in particular was for people to come together and get connected and build community around. So I had met Dr. Brad Stolback, who's he's a child trauma psychologist who specializes in child trauma. And we came up with this idea to create a program that combined glass blowing with mental health and wellness services, in particular for young people who had been injured by gun violence in Chicago. So we partner with Healing Hurt People Chicago. He's the co-founder and director of that organization, and it goes into hospitals when people have been injured, and folks will go in and like meet people in the hospital and give them options for follow-up care. And we created an entrepreneurship program for them to join. Sorry.
There's the train. I love
I don't know
that.
if y'all can hear that, but we're on Lake Street in East Garfield Park, and we're right under the L track. That's the Green Line train that one was going downtown.
So great.
So occasionally we'll stop because it's super loud on our end, but so we co-created this program to give people an option for employment. So it's a job. So people come and they get paid to work. It's training in the arts, in particular glassblowing ceramics. And we do self groups as well. So we call them self groups. So like we get together, like we'll do 3 hours in the hot shop and then 1 hour of a group session where we talk about issues of safety, emotion, loss, and future, which are 4 things that are disrupted in people's lives when they've experienced really acute or ongoing trauma. You guys want to talk a little bit about what a self-group is? I feel like I'm doing all the talking.
Oh, you're great.
It's really like a place to like give out all your thoughts, not give out all your thoughts, but what's going on in your life. So like the group can correct it, you know what I'm saying? Like, or get their thoughts about it. And we don't bring nothing out the group. So I wouldn't, like, right now, I wouldn't tell you nothing that we talk about, but like, we talk about real hard stuff, you know what I'm saying, to help each other. So,
How many of you are in a group together?
how many people have Project FIRE that day? So like, whoever had a session that day, that's how many people gonna be in the group.
I mean, could that be like 2? Is that like 2 people or 10 people?
Y'all
Like,
got
probably
two
like-
groups, we only got one.
Like, yeah, like 6, 7
You
probably.
can say whatever you need to say too.
But like you, like other people's will join in too though. Like if they around at the moment, join in. But like the girls different though. Theirs like a little bit different.
They got
Why?
2 separate groups. It's only like 8 of us, but I think they have more boys than girls. So it's only like 8 of us. So we only have one group, but we have group twice a week.
So I have a question for all of you, or Pearl, maybe you can answer this. I don't know. So you're tying, keeping the two things threaded constantly, 3 hours of hand skill work in blowing glass, and then you all are going to sit in a room and talk. So you're trying to weave this constant thread, I'm gathering, between making things and then, therapeutic. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
So what self stands for?
Yeah. Self stands for like your safety, your like emotions, your loss, and your future. And that's like what we talk about, like when we get in group. But like she was saying, when we making stuff and how we
Yeah.
had to stop. Right?
Well, so what LA had just described, like the self group, so safety, emotion, loss, future, like we find direct ties to making in the hot shop in particular. So safety, like when people first start blowing glass, which you guys are going to see, we're in our studio right now. We're going to show you some glass blowing. These guys are going to make some stuff. So for people who haven't seen this process, you can see what it's about. But it's hot. It's really, really hot, and it can be super dangerous. So the first thing we talk about when we actually teach people about glass blowing is safety. So we can tie a really direct link from talking about safety in terms of people's personal safety to talking about safety in the hot shop, and like what we do to protect each other when we're in here and keep each other safe while we're working. Emotion, we're making art pieces, so we have emotion tied to the work that we're making. And again, so direct link to like talking about emotions, and your emotions get dysregulated when you've had, experienced trauma. Loss, we do break things, we're all pretty good at what we do, but we still break things, it's a glass studio. And so talking about loss, and people in our groups, they're talking about loss of, some people have lost mobility because of their injuries, or lost people that they love, so we talk about loss in these really, as Deaunte mentioned, like really heavy topics in our groups. But then we can talk about loss in the studio, like, oh, I broke my piece, so we can talk about loss in that way. And then future, we talk about like, all of these guys now work here, like they all work in the studio, and they have a future now that they didn't have before, because they have this new skill, this new like interest, this new love. And here, sorry, I'm did you want to say something too? I feel like we're holding
I was just gonna say the new thoughts, like like most of us come from the hood, so like it ain't more like we don't got like a vision like how we need to have when we young, you know what I'm saying? So like they gave us a vision, or like make us believe in ourselves again, like going through a lot of stuff, you won't believe in yourself like that.
They opened up more opportunities too. Like we certain people, like we didn't go, like we so used to being stuck in Chicago, we don't go other places. So we have trips, we go visit places in Chicago that some people never seen before, or schools that nobody ever went to before. So we still got opportunities on the table too.
What is this is a sort of a dense question, but would one of you answer for me, in the self program, is there one of those specifically, safety, emotion, loss, and future, that has been an easy connection between what you've experienced as a person and glass blowing? Is there one that just clicked, that you connected the two together?
I can say safe.
Say
Safety.
Cause like when it first happened to me, like I felt unsafe everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And now that I'm here, like I had it, like I just had a call not too long ago, right? I used to sleep. I like come here early, and sometimes like Like I'll make a mistake, but I'll fall asleep in the car, but I'll feel that safe though, that I'll go to sleep in my car. Like me personally went through that nowhere. I'm looking crazy, like at church. I could be at church and be looking like, you know what I'm saying? That's serious. But right here, I feel like safe. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. LA, is there one for you?
I could say, yeah, I could just say safety too, and just like, I don't know, like in the future, like, and when I say future, I could say like seeing stuff ahead, like playing situations out before they happen, you know, like stuff like that, and just moving on better. You know, like at first when I was young, like I couldn't really like see the outcome of stuff. Like, you know, they'll say like you gotta choose what you're doing out here because like every move you make, it affects you in the end. You know, like so I wasn't seeing out like the future, like of what the stuff I'd be doing. I didn't really care. So now I just be stopping and thinking. So that's something I hear right there.
Well, you just said a really key word, which is choosing, sort of being able to choose where you're going. And so, do you feel that that's empowering that you get to choose to come to this place every day? I mean, that's giving you some control over your choices, right?
I mean, yeah, and like a lot of people like they want to be in something like this, you know, and they'll not even know that it's out here. Like they want to find something better to do. Not everybody have these opportunities, so you got to do your best with them.
No, like I ain't gonna lie, like I got friends that's like still in the streets and stuff like that. And like they you know, like at first when I first started doing it, it was like, this man, he working or something, or like he doing this, he doing that. Like, now they like see me like I'm doing good. They like, man, I'm trying to, how you getting up? How you get up and up? You know what I'm saying? Like now they trying to figure it out. Like,
yeah. So are you telling your friends? Are you telling your friends what a great path this has been?
No, for sure. I even tried to get my little brother and like two of my friends in here before, but like, you know, it take time. People's got to choose their own fate, but it ain't me. For sure.
So the three of you are artists now. We're calling you artists. You are artisans. So did you, as young people, younger than you are now,
Glass back there, most definitely artists.
when you were younger people than you are now, did you ever think this in your mind that, oh my gosh, I'm going to be an artist someday? Was that even?
I told myself I ain't even want a job for real, cause I felt like everything was like slave, like, you know, like it's gonna be hard or they gonna like push you around. This like not like work, you know what I mean? Like this fun. This ain't even no job. This like we like love each other in here. Like like make sure each other stay on top of each other about certain things that we need to do in life. So that's perfect for me. I ain't never do no job, do nothing like that. You know, like people be ready to say, man, I'm ready to go home. We don't be ready to go home when we leave here. We be still here. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. Like this, like family right here. Like it's way better than anything else. So for sure.
Yeah.
I ain't got no intentions on this.
Any of you elsewhere? Did you see yourself as an artist as a young person? Did you see this coming at all?
Yeah, I never had pictured myself doing that.
Can you hear LA if we have it up here?
A little bit, sort of. What'd you say, LA?
Yeah, I was saying I never had pictured myself doing nothing like this before. Cause like when I first got in it, it was like a whole different program was showing me, you know. But then I declined it, you know. But then the second time, once the head came back around, like I'm just gonna give it a try this time. I don't know, it gotta be something like if two different people trying to get me to join this program and I had declined it the first time, I know the second time it must be meant to be.
So what was the thing that got you hooked? Like what was the thing that turned it around for you?
I mean, at first, like when I had came, it had looked decent. Like it ain't look bad. Like when I seen them working and they was making some stuff, it ain't never looked bad. Like I just had got like my clothes dirty. So like I had left. But once I had came back in, I don't know, I just said like, man, I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a try because it it wasn't nothing else to really do. You know, like at the time I couldn't get no job or nothing like that. Like I was too young. And I just wanted something to just keep me up out the way. So I'm like, man, I'm just gonna try it out.
And that was how many years ago?
That was like 5 years ago, like 5, 6 years.
Wow. So you've been there for 5 or 6 years? That's awesome.
Yeah. But like after I had got to doing it, girl was basically saying like you a natural with it, like you. And I was learning like quick, fast, making stuff. So I'm like, man, I could be doing this.
You want to add? Yeah.
What were you going to add, Chiontea?
I wouldn't say that. I don't know what I call myself. Yeah, I would call myself an artist, but before this, I wouldn't say that this is something that I thought of because I never knew that we had anything that pertains glass blowing in Chicago at all. Like I just thought they did it in other places and not Chicago. And I don't know why, but that's just how I thought. But I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about your latest body of work.
My latest body of work.
For Alfred, when you guys went there, like, visiting artists.
Oh, when
You
we
were actually visiting artists.
yeah, we went to Alfred, and
My alma mater. I just got to get that in there.
Okay.
and
You know Alfred University? You heard of Alfred University?
I don't. I apologize, but
It's like one of the oldest and a really, really excellent glass program. That's where I learned about blowing glass and
oh, and so you all went to visit Alfred University? Wow.
You want to tell them a little bit about that?
We didn't even make the earth on the mouth, did we? Well, we did one time for one demo, but then the second demo we did a tongue, one of Kosi tongues. Well, he make mouths and he put stuff on the tongue for like addictions. So anything that anybody is addicted to, he put it on the tongue. We made an earth to go on top of the tongue and wrap the tongue around the earth like, like a hand, but it's everything, our world, like this is ours.
That's cool. So that's the other part of learning how to make things. In your context, it's glass blowing, but you get to you can make beautiful vases and beautiful sculpted caterpillars like you're doing, Chiontea, but you get the opportunity to do things that have like this great meaning, like you just explained. Wow, that's crazy.
That's a mushroom.
That's wild. Wow. So what is your favorite, you told me this a few minutes ago, but what are your favorite things to make?
One of my favorite things to make, like in the shop, well, I have two favorite things to make. And those are the little turtles. I make little turtles and these caterpillars.
What?
That's
I
cute.
thought I was thinking like a little caterpillar. That's like that big. Wow, that's beautiful.
Up here, is my little turtle still over there? Yeah. Wait, the little one? Yeah. This tiny yeah. And I made a little turtle.
I love the little turtles. So did LA make the mouthpiece? Who?
One of our instructors in Kosi Barber, he made the mouth.
That's wild.
They worked on it with them. It takes a lot of hands to do something like this. And again, we are going to show you some stuff. They're going to show you some of their work.
Great. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Deaunte, what that blue vase at?
That's what I make
The one
right
that
here.
we made with
Oh, now I see what you mean, LA. You put the rose on the vase.
Yeah.
Got it. It's gorgeous.
Just you don't have to hold it, but then you guys can talk again, like as you want to. Now they're like hunting around the shop to like show you the stuff. I'm gonna come with. I'll try to go slowly so I don't give you all like car sickness, but.
Okay, and while we're moving, I'm going to ask you a question. We have a question for some of you, if you can
Yeah.
So what is it for you all when you get in the zone? If you can, I mean, Pearl, you can help me explain like what that's all about, unless you all already know, where you're in the zone, you're focused, you're making, you're in the dents of it. Um, what does it feel like for you?
Did you hear
What's the relief or sensation that you're getting from like being in the zone of glass blowing?
It brings more focus to me. Like I'm always fidgety or looking around or I don't know, doing something. I gotta touch something or something, but it keep me focused on one thing, and that's my peace. So I be feeling peaceful. That's the most time that I ever feel at peace. Like,
Deaunte,
Yeah.
the question, that's perfect, Deaunte. The question is, what does it feel like when you're in the zone and you're making glass?
I mean, it feels good because it's hard work. I'm a hard working person. Like I like to work hard, and I like to create. You know what I'm saying? So it feels like I made something myself, like physically. Like like there's a lot of stuff in the world you don't own. Like I physically own. You know what I mean? So it makes really it.
Yeah, it's an extension of yourself, totally, a complete extension of yourself.
So
Yeah. I mean, something I spoke to. Oh, yeah, let's show that to us. That's beautiful. Really nice.
crazy stuff I just made like yesterday.
Do you guys
Yeah.
want to? I might have them actually start blowing some glass. So
Sure. Yeah, let's go for it.
And then we can keep, like, I'll keep, like, as questions come up, like, I can, like, specific people, I can do like this and bring the camera over so that they can answer specific questions.
Ooh, oh, I love that. Look at the eyes. So sweet. Chiontea, while you're there, there's a follow-up question to what we just asked you. When you find that peace, when you're in the zone, how do you apply that to other parts in your life? If you find yourself on a different day, do you go back to that moment to bring yourself to center yourself?
Yeah.
So I really go based off when I come in, I go based off like how I'm feeling. So if I'm feeling like just moody one day, I make something that brightens my day or something that I feel is positive that I can put a smile on my own face. Or if I'm excited, I keep that going. Like I keep making stuff that excites me. Like
that is step one. That's step one.
Joy to me.
Yes. You know what we've seen a lot of too? It's like remarkable. And this is something that I initially felt for myself and then like really tried to like, I guess, bring that out in teaching for others was like how, like in talking about healing, like being an artist and making things, like if I could be in a terrible mood, have had the worst day, when I come in to make glass, I forget about it and I get in the zone. I feel better. I feel like you said, just focus on what we're doing in the moment.
Yeah, that's me
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Like if I'm moody or I come in angry, I come make a piece or I come sit next to somebody or help someone that's making a piece, and it makes me feel, I don't know, like relieved, like it don't be there no more.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
that from everybody in here, like everyone in Project Fire at some point has come in really upset about something, and then once they get here with our community, once they start making stuff, once they have their support, their people around them, like, right, like every single one of us has had that day where we're like, I felt like terrible when I first got here. I feel so much better now.
Absolutely.
Like,
so also just you all have the capacity to take a darkness and then use your hands to put it back out in this beautiful way. I mean, that's what I find healing from, having trauma in my childhood. I started working with my hands, and it's just that it gives you this capacity to take something dark and then put it back out in the most beautiful way. And you all are doing that.
It's a big part of the process too, which we're going to show you. So like it's being an artist, it's creating the pieces, but then like the process of working with glass is so unique and like it's so just special. We're going to show you a little bit. Are you starting? I'm going to turn this around so you can kind of see
All right.
what's going on. And again, I'll try to not move too fast. Like these guys,
You're doing great.
Thanks. They'll move fast, but so this is our hot shop, and it's very, very hot. I mean, we do call it a hot shop for a reason. That's the reheating chamber that we're going to use today, and then our glass furnace, which I think Deaunte is about to get a gather out of. And you'll see, so LA and Chiontea are both going to be working. They're all going to be working together on a piece. So you'll see like also how collaborative it is. Like, so people will be working together the whole process, basically. Like those caterpillars that you saw that Chiontea does, we'll have 3 or 4 people working on those sometimes, bringing pieces over.
It's so great. That was another question here or comment on the teamwork, about the teamwork that's intrinsic to glasswork. Someone always needs help. You're probably always calling another person over to where you are. Is that true? Or do you prefer to work alone?
It is. At some point, you are gonna need someone there. Like, just even if you don't need them there, it's like you'll need them there.
Yeah. So what does that do for you? I mean, that's trust building. That probably brings all of you closer. You seem close already.
Yeah, it is like trust building. Like, we sometimes it'll be like specifically for a piece sometimes, because we'll have that person, whoever is right there watching us, or those few people that's watching us, we'll have them pitch in sometime at some point to like take a heat, or they'll give me a bid for my piece, like another piece of glass for my piece. So they'll be bringing me hot glass as I'm working on another piece of glass.
Mm-hmm.
There's another. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Do you find it hard to ask for help, or what's this?
Here, no. I used to, like when my very first day starting, I did find it hard to ask for help. But after my first day, it was like, nope. I know, because at some point it's not even just you asking for help. Everybody is here, and sometimes they offering you help like right off back. So it's not hard to find help or ask.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, is he ready?
He just got a phone call.
Oh, geez.
Maybe we can have LA, do you want to take a gather so they can see the furnace and see like the glass while we're getting started? Oh yeah, and grab some safety glasses. Remember that safety conversation.
I just want to give Chiontea, Deaunte, and LA something to chew on for a bit through the program. Going to the name of Project Fire, it stands for Fearless Initiative, Recovery, and Empowerment. Am I correct?
That's correct.
I just want those artists to think about that and give me their take on one of those that they have just found so much, if there's one of those that stands out for them throughout this program.
Okay. We'll think on that one.
Okay.
Fearless Initiative for Recovery and Empowerment. So to think about one of those things. Say it again, Kristen, to think about what
I just want to get your take on which one of those things have you had most transformation with at Project Fire? Gotcha. Creating a fearless existence for yourself, creating initiative, recovering from trauma, or empowerment. Like, which one of those has been the greatest transition for you?
They're doing stuff.
Oh yeah.
Unless you have an answer for it right off the bat, Key. You look like you were thinking.
I say being fearless for myself, because it was a lot of stuff like after my injury that I wouldn't do. Like, I wouldn't take chances with most things. So it was like more so stepping out of a comfort zone of being in fear of something, like just handling my fears straight on.
Mm-hmm.
Which one most resonates with you, LA? Sorry, I'm going to do it this way. Sorry, I know that was a fast transition.
Oh, that's fine.
You can see better when the big garage door is not behind you.
Yeah.
Fearless, initiative, recovery, and empowerment. Which one of those most resonates with you and through working Project Life?
I could say recovery. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like me as
Recovery.
Recovery.
Yeah.
Like, it take a long time for you to really heal, like from some stuff, like
You mean physically?
physically and mentally, like from like, cause you can get hurt and you can still be well, like in the body, but like your mind, that's the key thing right there. Like mental health, that's real. Like a lot of people don't really be knowing. You see what I'm saying?
Do you find do you all find that in your communities that the mental health portion of trauma is not taken as seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that a lot of people be going through, like a lot of people going through that, and they don't even be knowing. Like, yeah, a lot of people be going through like trauma, and they don't even know that they traumatized. Like they ain't never had nobody to tell them, or they don't really know how the brain works. They just think it's normal because like that's what they seeing every day in their neighborhood. They going through, like everybody be going through the same stuff, so they think it's all normal, but it ain't.
Mm-hmm.
It's starting to become the norm. You know what I'm saying? Like,
put that there.
So I don't want to distract you because you're dealing with hot glass here, but you seem like you can multitask. So what do you tell your peers that are, challenging you on the importance of the mental health part of trauma healing? Like how, what do you say to that?
to my peers that I know that's been traumatized, but like they ain't really getting no help and stuff like that. I mean, we always be having the same conversations because like we go through the same struggles, like we going through the same things. Like, so what I be saying to my peers, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of times we don't even talk about it, like not to each other, like. So I don't really say nothing like to a lot of people that's my age, like, except for in this studio, because I know I can talk to them about it.
Right. So tell us what you're making, LA.
But the advice that I give to somebody like that's in my position is try to find you something like this. If you can't find you like no space that ain't everybody like really like treat each other like family to like where you can talk, you gotta find you just another somebody to talk to get that up off your chest. You feel me? We be holding in a lot. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, so as you're talking about this, I'm just curious, how did was it your time at Project Fire that made you realize that the mental health part of this is so key? Or did you find out the importance of that elsewhere?
Nah, in Project Fire.
Yeah.
Not in Project Fire.
Yeah.
I really knew the importance of it. Like, if I ain't never joined Project Fire for real.
Yeah. I'm so impressed here.
They're going to gather. I'm going to bring you over there.
Okay.
I have my computer leaned up against the glory hole, which is pretty hot. Right?
Yeah, probably not great.
Probably not the best spot. I mean, they'll be moving around the space a lot, and just because of the sound, since we're not mic'd up, like I want you guys to be able to hear the responses. So that's why I'm carrying you around like this. So that's a molten hot gather of glass that LA has. That's like over 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. And Chiontea, you could see, like, open the door for him so that, he could just come back and work. And Deaunte will, hand him the block to shape. He will get ready to blow. If we need to, like, sometimes, we do, we'll shield people's hands.
Yep.
This is our executive director, Karen, wandering around the back.
Hey, Karen. I know Karen.
I mean, it is pretty exciting. She's gonna be really mad at me, but there's Karen's daughter, Una.
Hi, Una. She does not want to be in this program.
She's 14. LA's cooling down his pipe so that he can hold it a little bit easier. Karen, do you have anything to add? Do you want anything to add to our friends in North Bennett and beyond?
I think it's so cool that you guys are in our shop right now from afar, and I hope that folks will, stay involved, follow us on our social media, see more of the cool work happening. We're at Firebird Community Arts. Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Neon in the background.
I love that.
She make it happen now. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah. Deaunte, while we're waiting for LA to do something, a question for you, well, for any of you. When something else, talk to me about an instance where life pulls you, in another direction from Project Fire. Like, how do you balance the two?
I ain't gonna really even say how I balance it, cause like life is what it is. But I'm gonna keep it real. Like certain things be too hard, Certain things be too hard. Like you might catch yourself still slipping up doing some crazy stuff, or like not trying, but like Project Fire only can do so much, Once it's over with, we back outside or back wherever we live at, So it's
So what do you do? What do you do in that moment?
I can't really even say because like everybody got a different. For me though, like me personally, I just be me, like I can't talk. I can't say nothing about it, like how I'm acting or nothing like that. I just be me for real, Like
How many years have you been coming? 8?
Yeah.
So do you have that moment where you're like, oh, I'm going to get into some stuff here? Do you just turn back around and go back to Project Fire? Do you know that that's a good space for you?
No, it ain't even really like that. I'm not gonna say that. Like I turn back around. If anything go have it go, I'm a man for sure. So I'm gonna handle it. I ain't gonna lie to you. So whatever happens, like for sure. But like I love Project Fire because they keep me away from that. But when I'm not around Project Fire, I'm most definitely a man about whatever go on for sure.
You handle your stuff, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Thank you.
No, thank you for asking questions.
Hi.
LA, what are you making?
A vase. I'm making a blue vase. It's gonna be blue.
Nice.
With like clear at the top.
Oh, I didn't get the answer from Deaunte about what has been most transformational for him: fearlessness, initiative, recovery, or empowerment.
It's a Project Fire, FIRE, Fearless Initiative, Recovery, or Empowerment. Which one resonates with you the most? Which one has been the most like transformative for you, Project Fire?
Recovery, like I'm gonna say that one because I'm gonna just keep it funky with y'all. Like I'm still not healed now, like physically, you know what I'm saying? Mentally, like like I'm gonna say that everybody got different lives. Like you go home, you go to sleep, your life cool, your family members is cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I go home, go to sleep, my family members ain't safe because certain ones are still out in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's different for me. It's like recovering for real. Like I'm just now starting to get over like a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? That happened like 8 years ago, 6 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Even me getting shot, like I'm still getting over that. That was a hard bargain for me to get over. Cause like I'm one of them type of people for real that like don't like nothing happening to him. Like I don't like that. So for it to happen to me, I'm like, dang, like, yeah, for sure I got it. It was hard for me to get over. It took a long time.
So and tell me if it's too much, but before that happened to you, you were just like, I don't want to be in that situation. You like never want to be hurt in that way. And then it happened to you and
don't get me wrong. I ain't finna say I ain't want it to happen because the life I was living, for sure, I was looking into it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was coming to be shot or dead or, like, in jail if the life I was living, for sure. But, like, I don't think I, like, had, like, a big I'm not scared of that for real. So it wasn't like, I bet somebody gonna hurt me, I'm scared. Nah, I just live my life. I actually live my life with no fears, like no fears before I got shot. Now I got like a fear that somebody will touch me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But before that, I was like, man, like I know who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody gonna touch me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that.
I got it. Understood.
So
Do you all have a place where you show your work, or do you do any exhibitions of your glass work?
yeah, we got a online website. Per can tell you more about that.
We have our online store. So Firebird Community Arts. Hold on.
Yeah, sorry, I took you away from LA.
No, you're good. You're good. We can multitask if it's not giving people car sickness to like watch.
No, you're good. You're good.
So firebirdcommunityarts.org. And then we've got an online store that you can go and get stuff. And I should clarify too. So Firebird Community Arts is our nonprofit. That's our organization, and Project Fire is one of our flagship programs. And it really, it's kind of shaped like when we started. I joined Firebird Community Arts in 2015. And but when I brought Project Fire like into one of the programs and like became the artistic director, it really shifted what we decided we wanted to do with art making it in everything we do. And basically in every way we run our studio, in every aspect of the work that we do, we decided that we wanted it to be with a focus on healing. So that was, a big part of like, Project Fire brought this in, but then all of our programs that we do, like the way that we run our studio, the way that we treat each other, the community that we build is all focused on healing, and how being creative really makes a space for community and makes a space for healing. So all of our programs are now based on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Have you had those three artists in any? Oh, there's the L train.
Oh, 1 second, I can't hear you at all. The train's so loud. Cool though.
It's very cool. Have any of the three artists that we're talking to today, have any of you done any of the other programs at Firebird? Have you played around with other medium or other artistic creative pursuits?
Actually, yeah, and I might have Chiontea speak to that. She's picking something up for LA right now. Because she's been doing, so we have ceramics and we have flame working. Oh, you guys are messing up our system over there. Like, okay. So we have flame working, we have ceramics, we do some fiber work here. Like we've had we did a show with Badass Cross Stitch, an artist, where we were doing embroidery. We like had people from all over the world send in their embroidered responses to gun violence, and we had a show.
That's cool.
About that. Yeah, so we've been doing all sorts of different stuff. Key, I'm going to hand this to you though. So the question was about like other things that we do here at Firebird, other mediums that we work in. What experience have any of us had with it? So I was thinking like the flame working, like that little turtle, ceramics.
Yeah, ceramics, textile, anything.
The experience that I have got from it, it's like you use different techniques, but it's like the same. Like you use same tools and everything. It's just sometimes you use different tools, but it keeps me like balanced, because now I know the difference between like our flame working session and our hot shop section. So and in a clay is really, that's a squeezer. So if we don't want to blow, we can use that.
Well, I mean, do you do any of the other artistic processes or classes that they use in Firebird Community Arts?
Yes, I do flame working.
Yeah. Okay, so here's another question for you all as we're getting towards the top of our program. In what way do you see this being your future? Future is part of your experience here, thinking of a future. How do you see this being in your future?
I see glass blowing being in my future. Well, it's something that I actually like take on like as a career. Like I wouldn't say that I leave it open, but it's actually something that I love to do. So I wouldn't like just learn it and move to the next thing. It's like I
So you
have to
could
learn everything in it.
you could see yourself in this as a career.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
I can see that too. Wow, look at that.
I can see myself being like the next Cedric.
Yes.
Say that again.
I can see myself being like the next Cedric. This is another good black glass blower that, we don't got so many like black men, like male glass blowers in the artist world.
Yeah,
female.
or female.
But I'm gonna be a good one though. I ain't gonna say Jason McDonald. Like he do his thing now. He do his thing. I can't be him.
Yes.
Look.
I'm gonna be up there. I'm gonna be up there with him though.
I got faith. He could be better than him.
So
He could be better.
There you go.
I don't want to give myself the. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to give
Yeah.
myself that.
Man,
Be
give
you.
it to
You-
yourself. You
Everyone
deserve
wants to see
it.
your work. Yeah.
So I'm gonna make some though. I'm gonna make some. Y'all gonna see how it comes. Y'all let me know if I should put myself in the same seat as Jason McDonald. Okay.
Okay, I'll let you know.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Do my bad. I should've
What
said
about
that.
LA? LA, what do you see? How do you see this being a part of your future?
I see myself like owning like a little store where they sell glass at like how they be having a corner.
Mm-hmm.
You talked about opening up your own studio.
Yeah, I know.
LA, would you open up your own studio and teach? Would you ever want to teach this?
But I open up my own studio to teach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I teach this. Most definitely, but it won't be on this side. Like it'll have to be like in a different, like on a different place. Like,
Mm-hmm. So Pearl, you take these artists to different glass blowing centers, do you? Or you're sharing them with it? Like what are some that you visited?
So
Because he just mentioned Corning.
Yep, so both LA and Deaunte have been to Corning Museum of Glass on scholarship in the Expanding Horizons program. Chiontea in LA were just at Alfred University as visiting artists during Black History Month with Nkosi Barber, our hotshot man, or not hotshot manager, Project Fire manager. We've been to Alaska, like we went and sorry, I'll get into the glass one. We went to Alaska and presented at a child traumatic stress conference there. We've been to Brooklyn. We presented at a conference there about healing in the arts.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to the GAS conference in Tacoma in May. The Glass Art Society has an annual conference, and we're all going. Deaunte is going to be on a panel there, and then these guys are going to be doing glassblowing demonstrations. Chiontea is going to Pilchuck Glass School this summer. She got a scholarship to take Raven Sky River sculpting class there.
Yeah.
Wow, way to go.
Yeah, we've been all over, and we've spoken about glass as like a healing medium. We've spoken about the work that we do at Project Fire. We've spoken about our studio being like really unique in that it's run by women. It's like largely people of color, which, as Deaunte mentioned, is like super rare in the glass world. So like, we're just we're getting out there. We're spreading the word about what we do and how glass is super healing and super important and super empowering.
Well, I'm gonna for our guests, if you have any other questions for us, type them in, and as we wind this down. But I just as you're asking us your questions, I'm gonna go and put this out into the universe that please will you come to North Bennett Street School and talk about healing and glass blowing. We don't have a glass blowing setup, but I would just like to see all your faces here.
We'll definitely come visit you in Boston.
I'm glad to do it.
For real.
Yeah. So for our guests and my colleagues who were here, just putting that into the universe. I hope you can hear me.
This is part of the one that when we say we gonna need some help at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And right now she just flattening his piece, the bottom of his piece.
LA, is this a vase you're making?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we would like to, before we go, we'd like to invite y'all, when you come to Chicago, to come visit us here at Firebird Community Arts. It's an open studio, and you can come and you can learn about glass blowing. These guys actually teach classes here right now for us. Yeah, we've got like kids groups that come in, and these guys work with them. We work with all sorts of groups. Deaunte's been teaching people beginning level glass blowing. Yes. You guys are going to miss the end of this. Well, maybe not. Maybe we've got.
No,
Yeah.
we're here. Yeah, let's keep going.
I just realized, yeah. So, okay, all right.
And what color is this going to be?
Blue. So he used this blue here.
Wow. Yeah.
It's like a mixture of a dark and light, dark and royal blue.
Mm-hmm. And Chiontea, what is that made of? What is that in that glass? Is it just, or what is in that jar?
It's smaller colored glass. So it's
Got
like grinded down to fine fruit.
Mm-hmm. And what is this?
Deaunte is making LA a punty so he can knock his piece off to open it.
Got it.
Space.
You all are amazing.
And they're gonna make a connection point.
We were just talking, LA and I were just talking a little bit about how he thinks that like him teaching people has actually made him a better glass blower.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Sure, right?
Because he used to be quiet, real quiet.
He used to be quiet. I know.
Yes.
Now he talks all the time.
When I first met LA, it was like he wouldn't say nothing.
We're pretty quiet too.
Yeah, I was, but I was more talkative than LA.
You're not quiet, Deaunte.
No, you're not quiet.
No.
When you first came, you were. Deaunte started blowing glass. He was in the very first cohort that we did at Project Fire. So he's been working with us for 8 years now. We figured out.
Wow. Yep. Chiontea, how long have you been at Project Fire?
This makes 4 years.
This is our OG crew right here.
Yeah, I can tell you all are just have such a partnership going on.
I can also tell you that all of these guys, I mean, they were already amazing individuals when I met them, but the changes that I've seen in them, like being teachers now, being mentors to other folks, like being leaders in the space, like they've all really grown so much in the time that I've known them. Like literally grown. These two used to be shorter than me. And
Wow.
I'm not even kidding you. But like, yeah, they've all grown so much. Hey, do you want to do a quick cameo? Kayla just walked in.
Hi.
That's another Project Fire member.
Hi, Kayla. I'm Kristen.
Kayla.
Oh, Kayla, sorry. I missed the first part.
Kayla's
How are
also
you?
Coming to Tacoma with us for the glass conference.
Mm.
Just booked the tickets yesterday.
So for our guests, because we didn't even catch this, what are your ages?
It's mostly teenagers, young adults, so 14 through 24 right now, and we're looking to expand to have a younger cohort starting at like 8 or 9, because that is when we find most people first get involved in the activity that they're involved in when they were injured. So people that are younger also need this too. We're working on building that up.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully we'll have a whole group of 8, 9, 10, 11, like 8 to 13-year-olds, and these guys will be their teachers.
That's awesome. How do you all feel about that?
I feel great. I love it.
Yeah, LA? Yeah.
Well, we'd love for y'all to come and see this in person. So anytime you're in Chicago, come check us out. East Garfield Park, Firebird Community Arts, Project Fire.
Thank you. Where are we at with this thing? Can we see it finished, or will it be a little bit longer?
We're
Almost
so
finished
close.
to be exact.
Let's stay with you. Let's see this thing finished.
Deaunte's heating up the end, the lip right now, so they transferred it onto a punty. So when LA flat the bottom, that'll be the part that sits on the table. And now they're going to open up the top and make it the final base shape.
Oh, he's opening it up. I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to pull it out. You pull it? There might be another step in the process.
Oh, okay.
We can send you a picture. So we've got to get it pretty hot to
Send us a picture when it's done. And I'm going to close this out now. I just want to say goodbye to you all and thank you so much, all four of you, for giving us your time. You're just so amazing. And I hope we can see you here sometime at North Bennett Street School.
We'll come visit you, Kristen. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you all so much. And thank you to our guests for being us. We'll see you soon. We'll see you at the next In the Making. And what's happening now? Is he putting the handle? Is there a handle going on?
He's doing something crazy to it. Oh, nice. He's creating He's creating an abstract form for the top.
Oh, I love it, LA. All right, friends. Thank you so much.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
See you soon.
Take care.
Thanks, Kristen.